Hi folks, sorry about the lack of videos recently. I've been busy with other life things. But anyway, I just had to show you what I found. I think you'll like it, it's a bit ridiculous. But anyways, it all begins with a saying, everything's bigger in Texas. Specifically Houston, Texas. I went home to visit, family and things, and I had to stop by a store called EPO, Electronics Part Outlet, or Parts Outlet, where, they sell things that appeal to people like me, motors, parts, things like that. And, I start chatting to a guy there who's working at the place, and, he's like, oh, well, what are you looking for? And pretty much anything cool. And he brings me a few things, and he brings me one thing in particular, which I really liked. I just had to buy. But we'll get there in a second. We'll start off with this little guy. Very standard small fan that you might find in some sort of, home entertainment gear, small amp, something like that. And this guy is 12 volts at 600 milliamps. Couldn't hurt a fly. Alright, let's move up a little bit. This guy is a fairly high speed, 24 volt fan, 120 milliamps. A bit more meaty. Now we move up to the sort of standard PC fan that I'm sure all of you have seen. This one I don't have the label for, but I'm guessing about 100 milliamps or so. And finally we move up to this guy. Stuck a screwdriver in to stop it rattling. This one's rated at 350 milliamps at 12 volts, 4.2 watts. And those are all well and good. Let me turn them up to their full power so you can see kind of what we're up against. They're only running at 4 volts right now, otherwise you wouldn't be able to hear me. Turn the power supply up. And there you go. I wouldn't exactly want to stick my hand in one of these, but it probably wouldn't draw blood, at least. Alright. So let's move over here. Fan, stop blowing air at me. So, what we have here is a server fan. A bit more meaty. It's 600 milliamps at 12 volts. And you definitely wouldn't want to stick your finger in there. Let's fire this thing up. Oh yeah. Bit more interesting, this thing. But it's not really doing anything to the sort of junk over there. But it certainly has a little bit of thrust, and it makes a rather scary noise. So, let's move up. This guy looks pretty harmless. Look, this server fan is just the same size. PC fan here, it's a bit thicker, this one, but not anything in particular. Well, let me give you a hint. Here's some wires up to one power supply. Wires, another power supply, more wires, another channel of the power supply. Are you afraid yet? So yeah, this thing is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what kind of server needs that much airflow, but I mean, look at the output of it. It's got little compressor vanes and everything. I don't know what you'd call these, but yeah. So it can definitely lift its own weight, as you kind of saw. It's hard to control because of, the various forces on it. But it'll definitely lift itself, even without a skirt. And, well, I think this is going to become a hovercraft. What do you think? And a nice little body over the top of it. It already has PWM control input built in. So I guess the white one, I'll have to look this up, but the white wire here is PWM in, so very easy to control the power output. And then I don't have access to another one. I'd have to fly back to Houston, I guess, or order one. But I'll think of something. I was thinking of using these, but after seeing what this thing can do, 600 milliamps just isn't going to cut it. So I'll probably get an RC, propeller and a little RC motor, and do it that way. I popped it.